Hey guys, what is up? It's Fresh Guest of Fresh Guest Gaming, and I'm back in Rust just to go over some patches that were released today, January 24th. Okay, one of the exciting features of the patch is that now you can share access to your doors. You do that simply by going up to the door, just like a campfire, hold E. You can change the lock, or you can unlock or open the door. You do not really want to unlock the door because that gives anybody in the game access to that door. Okay, so you think twice about that one. Alright, to set a passcode, you click on change lock, and let's say we want to set it to 1122. Alright, now anybody that approaches this door will need to know that passcode. Um, just take note that if you're the door owner, you do not need a passcode, as you can see, in order to get in and out of a door that has a passcode. Only anybody that does not own that door. Okay, now also, is what's neat about that is if you have multiple doors like I do here, you can set a different passcode for each one. Okay? And then, so if somebody were to get into this door by guessing the passcode or really even blowing it down with C4, they're not going to be able to easily get into this one because the passcode's going to be different, so that'll kind of help you keep things safe. All right, now also it works with gates as well. So if you have a gate surrounding your house or your base or whatever you want to call it, you can set a passcode to that to allow access to that gate as well. Okay, now on to the next thing is the grass improvements. Okay, according to the patches, grass runs 2 times as fast as it did previously. I don't notice, exactly anything different with that. Supposedly that will prevent frames from dropping, but I tested it and my frames did drop with it on as compared to off. So, they don't have it completely worked out, but it sounds like they're working on it. Okay, also the grass is supposedly going to be looking better. Maybe since I had the grass off, I didn't know what it looked like before, but it looks eerily similar to me. Maybe you notice a difference. I do not. Also, the grass has improved sound effects. I don't know if that means walking in it, like so, or if it's actually supposed to sound like something whenever it sways. Either way, I didn't notice it before. Maybe it's just walking on it. I do not know. As you can see where I walk, it looks like it lays the grass down and then it pops back up. I guess that's something new. I hadn't noticed that before. And then also, there's no more flicker if you have an ATI graphics card. They have fixed that. I guess an annoying flicker would happen with the grass with those graphics cards. That is not happening anymore. Okay, on to the next thing is going to be beds and bags. And what I mean by that is sleeping bags and beds. Okay, so now they've implemented a new item to craft, and it's right here, beds. You can actually make a bed. It takes 40 cloth, 100 metal fragments, and we're going to craft that. And while we do that, I'll talk about that. Basically, your sleeping bags are being replaced by the beds. The bed has to be placed inside of a house that has a roof. Okay, they can't be placed outside. They can't be placed in grass or anything like that. They have to be placed in a house with a roof. Okay, so now this basically is replacing the sleeping bag, so when you die, you'll spawn back at camp, and it will take you back to your bed. Okay, now the sleeping bags now reset the use timers of all other sleeping bags within a 1 meter radius. This prevents zerging, or if you don't know what zerging is, it's basically just where people will set up multiple sleeping bags around a base, and then they will all spawn there after they die, and then they'll have so many people at your front door that there's nothing that you can really do about it. Okay, so that prevents that. So if you lay down an extra sleeping bag here, which let's do that. Okay, and then so say I died. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna kill myself, people. It's just hard to do. Okay, so say I died, I would then spawn back at this sleeping bag. Okay, but then a pop-up box will tell you that you cannot then spawn at your next sleeping bag for at least 5 minutes. Okay, so that is one of the changes. Again, the beds will now act as a sleeping bag, so you'll want to put one in your home. That way you can always spawn back at your camp if you do not have an active sleeping bag. Okay, now just to kind of go over some other changes and fixes. Okay, I'm getting a lot of lag here, so excuse me. Okay, so some other changes and fixes are they added a VSync option. If you like that option in your games and it works well with the system you now have the option to turn and enable VSync. Okay, so now also open boxes no longer resets decay. Old things now disappear. So basically, whenever your crates and your buildings and your walls and your ceilings and your foundation, all that starts to get old, it will decay. So you know you will not have any way to stop that process, even if something is open. Okay, now also there's an added HUD indication so that you know you're in voice chat. If you see there on my screen, now you can see that I'm in voice chat because there is a microphone blinking telling me that I'm talking. Okay, now also that they added a delay to repairing objects after they have been damaged. I don't know about the repair thing. I haven't repaired anything, so I don't know exactly what that entails. It doesn't look like that the weapons or the tools are actually decaying, so I'm wondering if that has something to do with your foundation and such, and your wood. Also, with the changes of repairing, metal structures now need metal to repair instead of wood. I guess before the patch, you had to use wood to repair a metal structure, which obviously that's not, you know, the ideal way to do it. Doesn't make too much sense. Also, they fixed headshot sounds when shooting near the top of inanimate objects. So whenever you shoot somebody up towards the top of them, or an animal or a zombie, you're going to hear a different sound that that it makes as getting a headshot. Campfire particles can't be seen from long range. That's, I guess, to help with performance, but I also think it will probably help you be hidden a little bit more as well. Now you can only repair something 5 seconds after damage. Okay, that's a little disturbing to me, considering if something gets damaged, you have 5 seconds to repair it. I don't see how that's even possible. But you know, I don't know, since I don't know about the damage thing and repairing. So maybe that it is doable and it's not that big of a deal. But to me, 5 seconds seems a little extreme. Okay, now you can add your servers as a favorite. Okay, so if you go in here and you go to your server, this star here now marks it as a favorite. I don't know if that just means it moves it to the top of the community or your history or what, but I don't see any way to actually access favorites on here, so I'm not quite sure. Okay, now also, which I don't hear it now, it just stopped. But they added music to the game, which I think is awesome. Man, it got so boring and mundane just running around this massive world without any noise other than your damn footsteps and whenever you actually swipe at something. You know, so now that there's music, which it's not playing now, it kind of goes in and out, but it's quite soothing. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, guys, that's the update on the new patches for January 24th. Definitely stay tuned so that you can get caught up on new patches, as well as check out my other Rust videos. You can do that by subscribing and going to my page. So if you like the video, click like. Of course, subscribe right up at the top. We'll see you next time, and peace. Did you like the video? Click like. Also, you can comment below, and there's a subscribe button right in the middle for you to subscribe. Also, there's 2 extra videos on there for you to check out, so please do so, and don't forget to rate those as well. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.